Hello Leo, welcome to my channel, Sarah Angel Tarot. This is your reading, full Celtic cross reading for those born in the zodiac sign of Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Remember, it will not resonate with everyone. Ace of Rods. Maybe you're attempting to have a passionate new beginning somewhere. Maybe you're wanting this. Maybe you're having trouble starting a passionate new beginning. The Empress, that's been falling out for everybody. It's a stalker card. Doesn't matter how much I shuffle prior to this video and meditate on your sign. But it's the stalker card is Empress, the Empress, growth, fruition, blessings, But I need a full Celtic cross reading, new energies, positive energies for Leo. Cards just want to pop out like crazy. See what I got here. And I do, like I said, I shuffle these cards even before I start the video because I like them nice and shuffled, and I concentrate on whatever sign, like I said. The World card. With the World card, it could be that you're starting a new karmic cycle, and there's nothing wrong with that. Something you like. You're really eager to do something new, and it's like the world is your oyster coming in, okay? Six of Pentacles. When I was concentrating on the cards before I turned on the video, this tried to pop out too. Six of Pentacles, a little give and take. You may have to wheel and deal. You may have to, if someone scratches your back, you may have to scratch theirs. Or someone may offer you some help in some way. Or you may, offer somebody else some help. What's crossing it? There's a lot of competition out there with the Five of Wands. You got a lot of competition, people arguing, battling for what you're wanting, or battling for other people's attention. Could be have to do with work or what you're wanting to do. What crowns you is the Knight of Pentacles. It's also like your goal, but I think it's what crowns you. The Knight of Pentacles is that energy is real slow right now. You feel like things aren't taking off. You're thinking, I got to start doing this or it's not going to happen, whatever you're wanting to do. Foundation, you got the Death card in reverse. Something may try to resurrect in your life, something from the past, or things keep on trying to resurrect themselves. The key is to go in with the World card. You must start something new. You can't keep on going back in the past to things that are trying to resurrect. When something's gone, it's up to you whether you accept it back. But it's usually with this card, it's telling you it should stay gone. Don't let it resurrect back in your life. Past, Knight of Swords in reverse. It could be an air sign. Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. This person, I usually see as somebody with sharp words, though. They say something wrong. They say something off. They may not mean to, but they do, and it kind of maybe gets under your skin. Or it could be that you're dealing with the competition with the Knight of Swords, and you're trying to override them, and you're trying to make things go quicker. The Knight of Pentacles can also be an earth sign. I forgot to mention that. In the very near future, you're going to be careful what you jump into. It's not that you're not going to take a new beginning. It's just you're just going to look at all the options around you and realize that they may not be for you, or you're going to look at the dangers of going into something new. Possible future outcome and advice from the universe is the Two of Wands. You need to make a decision on where you want to go. Hopefully I get this all in this time. You got to make a decision where you want to go in life with the Two of Wands. It's like, you see me do this before if you watch my videos. It's like you got two options or two things you want to do. One is a safety net, and you don't want to let it go, but you want to go forward at the same time. And it's sort of like with the World card and the Death, in reverse. You're trying to keep what was in the past or things that were kind of keeping you down instead of reaching out and going forward. Say reaching out, going forward, but with the Fool card, there's nothing wrong with being careful, okay? Outside influences, what is coming towards you is strength in reverse. Something's really going to tax your strength on the outside. Could have to do with your work, could be with your family. I got to clarify. And once I start clarifying these cards, it changes the story up or makes it really interesting. It gives us more information. Your hopes and fears, you're hoping on a lover situation. Maybe you got romance on your mind. Maybe you're wanting a special lover in your life. Or maybe partnerships that you love in some way. In the end, you do come out of anxiety. You do break free in some way. You come out of a nightmarish situation. So it looks like you're going to be going forward to a new era in your life. And to do that, though, you're going to have to make a conscious choice to do so. Now, excuse me as I'm fighting a cold still, or actually it's a flu, and I got it kind of still congested. So I'm trying to get as clear as I can. But let's go back to the beginning and start clarifying now. In the end, I'll give you a 3-card love reading if that's what you're wanting, with the angel romance cards. But let's go back to the beginning with the 6 of Pentacles and the 5 of Wands. Yeah, there's a lot of give and take there. There's an opportunity to up your finances, to grow. But we also got that 5 of Wands where there's a lot of competition. So you're going to go up against people. And but if you do, you'll do well, you know, because the World card was there. It's promising you a new situation. So the 6 of Pentacles in the upright, the 5 of Wands crossing it while you're there. I need 2 cards for Leo. 2 cards. Yeah, Ace of Wands, that tried to pop out earlier, remember? And the Queen of Wands in reverse. Okay, even though you got all this like competition, it may really irk you, and like I said, get under your skin, but you're willing to do this passionate new beginning. And for you to do this, you may have to, I don't know, I don't want to say get a little mean, but maybe get a little mean, you know, competitive, you know, fight for what you're wanting. Turn around that Queen of Wands energy. Don't be always Mr. or Miss Nice Guy, you know. Now, what crowns you, I told you what that was about, was the Knight of Pentacles. It is in reverse. I need 2 cards for that to tell me why is it in reverse. What is going on with Leo? Maybe, like I said, they're thinking something's too slow. 2 cards, please. 2 cards for Leo with what crowns them or the goal. Yeah, you're afraid there won't be enough work. You're afraid of putting yourself out there with the moon in reverse. You may think that people will judge you in some way if you go working for what you're wanting. So you're kind of careful in what you're doing. Even though you're wanting this new beginning, you're thinking, I should be safe about it. And I see where this is going. You are afraid of maybe things coming up from your past. Maybe you'll be judged, you know, for some of you. We got the Death card there in reverse, and that's why I'm coming up with this. We got the Moon in reverse, something possibly coming to light that you're afraid of, and maybe you want to keep hidden if you go working for something. So that may be why you're taking things slow. You're being very careful and guarding your life, you know, your privacy. But the Foundation, you're afraid something may come back to haunt you in some way with the Death in reverse. Something may try to resurrect. So the Death in reverse while you're there for Leo as the Foundation. 2 cards, please. You're hoping for stuff, and you got the Wheel of Fortune here. So you got that on your side. I do understand that you don't want people messing with your, you know, your inner circle. But you do have a wish coming in that's attached to this. You are hopeful to change your situation. You're still wanting to go forward, even though this may occur where people will, you know, get into your business. And like I said, you're the Queen of Wands in reverse right now. You may say, get away from me. It's none of your business what I'm doing. I'm doing, going for the things I want. I don't have to tell you everything, you know, that you need to know about me in general. So you're guarding yourself, Queen of Wands, Leo. Now in the past we got the Knight of Swords, and the Knight of Swords is in reverse. Maybe you're guarding yourself against this person. I don't know. I need 2 cards for the Knight of Swords to find out more. 2 cards, please, for Leo. The Hermit. Yeah, you're keeping kind of to yourself, and you don't want to fight with somebody. You don't want to fight with the Knight of Swords. I say the King of Swords. I meant the Knight of Swords if I said the King. For some reason it's popping up. But the Knight of Swords is in reverse, and you're kind of quiet. You're keeping within yourself because you don't want the 5 of Swords to come out. So you got that turned around. You're trying to stop something from erupting, you know, fighting. You don't want to argue with this person. You don't want them in your life. Now in the very near future, you got the Fool card, and it's in reverse, so you're being very careful when you go to do new things. You're just not going to be doing something haphazardly. You're going to think twice before you step into something. So the Fool card in reverse, I need 2 cards for Leo, please. 2 cards for Leo. The Fool in reverse. The Devil. You're trying to come unchained. You're being very careful, and you're not going to accept just anything from anyone with the 4 cups in reverse. You may actually turn situations down that aren't good for you, that will leave you chained and stuck. But you are taking this new beginning, but you're going to be picking and choosing which area you go into in life. Like I said, you got the devil there clarifying. This is the reason why you got the Fool in reverse. You don't want to be stuck and chained, like I said. You don't want to be having people obsessed with you or you obsessing over things that are no good. You just don't want the BS. And with the Four of Cups in reverse, you will turn things down that you don't like. You are going for one thing, and that is your Wheel of Fortune and your new world. And you don't want anything interfering when you do so. Now, possible future outcome and advice from the universe, you must make a decision. You must make a decision whether to hold on to that safety net or let go and go for the things you're wanting. So even though you are the Fool card in reverse, things do, there are risks out there that you must, take to get this new beginning. I'm not saying to be careless, but you do have to step forward. That's what it's telling you. You can't be too careful. So the Two of Wands in the upright, while you're there for Leo, is a possible future outcome and advice from the universe. 2 cards, please. Queen of Cups and the Lovers. Yeah, go ahead. You may be dealing with a water sign, but the Queen of Cups also can be an emotion where you're getting your emotions in check, where you're going for the things you care about. And it could have to do with the Lovers. We got the Lovers twice, so it's very, very important. So make a choice on what you want to do in life. Do the things you love, take on the people you love, or go back into the past and stick with the things that never worked out and trying to resurrect them all the time, or they're trying to resurrect it with you. It's saying make a conscious choice to go for the things, like I said, you care about. And Lovers, The outside environment, someone really taxed your strength, or someone's going to try to. And it could be, like I said, past energies, people trying to argue with you. So the Strength in reverse while you're there for Leo. I need more information to know for sure. 2 cards, please. If someone's going to get defensive, it's all about competition too, and balance. So yeah, whatever you're going to go for, this new energy that you're trying for, it is going to, make you a little tired. But at the same time, you're going to be able to do this with the Seven of Wands. You're going to be able to get on top of things. You're going to be able to take control and have balance in your life with Temperance. So yeah, you're going to be tired. It's worth the risk, okay? Something's, like I said, it's going to make you exhausted, but good things you go for usually do, and, you got to work for them. Now, your hopes and fears is the Lovers. Maybe you're wanting a new lover. Maybe you were going for the things you love, partnerships that you love. It could be all those things. So the Lovers in the upright while you're there for Leo. 2 cards, please, for the Lovers card for Leo. Yeah, you're afraid, because this is part of hopes and fears, like I said. So you're wanting a Lovers type situation, but you're afraid you won't get your happily ever after. You're afraid you won't be able to celebrate and enjoy yourself with the 3 of Cups. So the way you overcome this is to let go of the fears and the anxiety, which it looks like you do with the 9 of Swords. So in the end, you got the 9 of Swords. So it's attached to the 9 of Swords. In reverse, by the way. So you're letting things go. You're able to sleep better at night in the end. I guess you're going for that Wheel of Fortune the way it looks and that World card. But I need 2 cards for the 9 of Swords in reverse. You are sleeping better at night. Maybe it's because you're working harder, huh? I need 2 cards, please. The Sun in reverse. King of Wands. So you're going to get your crown on. You are going to sleep better. You're trying to see, the Sun in reverse is not the worst card in the world at all. The Sun in reverse is, you're going to be happy, but you're wanting to be happier. You haven't reached that final goal, and whatever you're doing, you're still going to be working on it. But whatever you're working on, you're coming out of anxiety on. You're starting to enjoy it, but you can't enjoy it 100% because it's going to still take some work. You can't, celebrate as much. You got to wait. You got to really go into what you're wanting to get that new world, to get that Wheel of Fortune, which is coming, but it takes work. And you can't worry about the people from the past trying to mess you up, okay? Or people that are on the outside or competition from the outside. Now, you also got the King of Wands in the upright. You're taking your crown. In the beginning, the feminine type energy of the Queen of Wands there is someone who's going to let people know what they're thinking. They're not going to let them, mess them over. They're not going to let them slight them, But in the end, you got your crown on. So you win something in the end. You do take a lot more control. You're still working, but at least you're sleeping better at night and things are starting to pan out. Be interesting to see what December brings, King of Swords, you may be having a King of Swords in your life. The King of Swords is in the upright in the end. It's not like the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is like charging forward. The King of Swords is more like an intelligent, masculine type individual that is people go to for advice. They make the right decisions. They're very honest. And so you may be taking on this energy also, or you may be working with this person in some way, or maybe they come around towards your energy, in some way and help you. And I'm going to give a 3-card love reading. I'm going to clear this up. I'll be right back. Hello, Leo. I'm back. 3-card reading or love reading with the angel romance cards. From the angels, we need to know something about love. 3 cards, please, for Leo. It's getting late in the month. We need 3 cards to find out more about Leo's love life, sun, moon, and rising. Those born in the zodiac sign of Leo. 3 cards, please. Something's trying to pop out. Should I let it? See what's going on. Try to get them all on the screen. Past position. Keep an open mind on somebody. Your soulmate, if that's what you're going for, because we did see that lovers in the main reading, may differ from your usual type. Okay, they may be a little different. I don't know how that's going to work out. It'll be different for everybody. And if I have the comments open, you can leave it in there because you may know who this person is, or maybe you haven't met them yet. But they will be different than your usual, what you like. Attraction. There's a strong attraction. You attract romantic love. We saw that. We saw that with the lovers. And you're enjoying the moment. You're going to like the moment. You're going to have fun. So don't let things from the past or people around you that when you're doing your thing, going for your new beginnings and everything, get in your way. Enjoy it. Keep an open mind. Like I said, the person will be a little different, but you'll be attracted to them and they'll be attracted to you. It's sort of like an unrequited love situation, maybe a past life situation with this person. I did see the World card, like I said, and that oftentimes has to do with a past life situation. So you may be running into a soulmate that you had once had a relationship with that is unresolved in some way. For some of you, this person could have broken your heart. Maybe you get back together with them. Maybe you reunite in some way. But usually with unrequited love is something that left you kind of hurting and wanting with a person. So I'm thinking it's a past life situation. Now, I didn't concentrate on these, so I got to knock the energies out for the last reading. But I need a soulmate reading. Who is this person to Leo? Who is this person to Leo? If you believe in past lives, it's a fun thing. But it's saying unrequited love is somebody you had a situation with. Who are they to Leo? Who are they to Leo? Knighthood. We did see that knight in there in reverse in the other reading. This person was possibly something in the military of one time. Maybe way back they were a knight. Maybe they were a knight in shining armor, even though that looks kind of rough armor there. But this person was in the knighthood. Now I need another card because I'm going to pull 3 for that, because not every Leo is going to have the same past life. I need another card for the unrequited love for Leo. What other possibilities could it be from a past life reading for Leo? Persecution. Inquisition. Really? So that somehow this person was in this, you were in this with this person, and they were a knight. Maybe they battled in this. Maybe they were part of the Crusaders, huh? Maybe you were. I need another card. So I'm trying to get different situations, but it looks like it's one situation where someone was in the Inquisition and someone was a knight during this time. And there were knights at that time going in and doing what they thought they were doing was right. Can I get another card for Leo in this unrequited love situation? Maybe someone got hurt. Maybe someone lost their life in some way, One more card, please. And health. Yeah, your health suffered. That's all I know. We can go on forever. It's like, so whoever you're going to run into, the soulmate person, because the World card does show like a type of soulmate situation, a karmic cycle that has not finished, apparently. You're going into something new. You're doing something you like, but maybe that death card has a lot to do with this with some of you, where something tries to resurrect. But life is telling you, the Wheel of Fortune is telling you to move forward. There's nothing wrong with going back to someone you had unrequited love with, because that's what it is. You're being involved with somebody that kind of broke your heart, or you broke theirs, and they're going to be a little different. So if you run into this person and they start giving you attention, or you already know who they are, realize that you had a past life possibly situation with them. Remember, it's a fun thing. Some people believe in it, some people don't, but for some reason your health got involved where you could not finish this cycle with them. And if you believe in it, it's carried over from that life cycle into this one. So it's up to you how you deal with it. Remember, go for your Wheel of Fortune, though. Yes, you're going to start a new karmic situation. Can have to do with an unrequited love situation also, but it's really up to you whether you accept it or not, or go for something else. You do not have to accept this. You have free will. You can say, I'm not up for this BS anymore. I've done it, been there, don't want to do it again. That's the way I look at things. But maybe you want this person, okay? I'm going to let that go, and I'll upload it soon. Talk to you later. Bye.